Good morning. This is an exciting day because I'm going to be doing a pretty major refresh of the front end of my 2016 Toyota Tacoma. Right there you see the stock Tacoma TRD Sport Grille. It's very chromy. I'm just not real keen on it. Just, I don't know. Don't love the look, so I'm going to be replacing that with the grill for a TRD Pro, which you see arrived here earlier this week. I will have the part number and the website that I got it from. It was Sparks Parts. It was just a little over $400 for it, so not horribly expensive. But yeah, I'm going to be replacing that, so let's get started. Okay, so in order to remove the grill, there's 4 spots up top that you need to deal with. You have a bolt here, and these push pin deals right here. So let me get the push pins out first. Should be able to just get super easy. Get a screwdriver under there, pop it out. Stay. All right. All right. So now let's work on these. Those weren't very tight at all, I'm surprised. Okay. So from that point, I've seen you just kind of work it out. Yeah, you just kind of work it out. And there you go. It's kind of surprising how easy it is to get that out, isn't it? Alright, so I have my table here, so I don't have to bend over and do this, because there's a bunch of screws and clips that have to come out. This is actually 2 pieces. You have the grill piece, and then this trim ring is its own piece. So you have to take both off. With the TRD Pro grill, I believe it's all one piece. It's not 2 pieces, so let me work on getting this apart. All right, there's a bunch of screws here. The ones on the outside you don't want to touch. It's the inside ones that I'm going to be taking off. Feel free to do this by hand if you want, but it's going to take you a long time. I would recommend using a power screwdriver. Okay, I think those are all the screws. I'm not sure if the trim ring is just held in by the screws. Because I may have all these clips as well. Let me start working on all these clips, because it's a lot. Alright, my initial struggle is like how you get it started, you know, because you have so many of these. You release one, but the other ones around it are still tight, so it doesn't really push out. So I'm going to have to do a little technique practice here. Okay, I'm not having an easy time of it. I have it started, But on some of the other videos I've seen guys doing this, it didn't seem like they had such a hard time getting the tabs to release. Alright, it's going a little bit better now. And there's a ton of these tabs. Just pushing down and popping them out. Of course, I don't want to damage them in the process. See, when you look here, it looks like it's hard to tell from this side, like which set of tabs is for which thing, the outer ring or the main grill. When you look from this side, you can see like there's only a couple here that are for the outer ring. There's much fewer tabs for that. So there's two up top, and yeah, there's only a couple on the bottom too. So that was part of my problem, I guess. So I couldn't really tell which ones were for the ring. So I'm working this a little bit more here. All right, I'm getting there slowly. It's hard. I'm trying to identify some sort of pattern for which ones are which. I think the clips that are in the recessed area, recessed, those are the ones that hold the ring on. So that seems to be the pattern that I've established. Okay, got the outer ring off. That was definitely more challenging than it looked like in any video that I've seen so far, but maybe it's just me. But it, it does seem that if you look at it now, where you have the recesses is where the outer ring snaps are. So now I'm going to work on the inner. I mean, maybe it's just, this is definitely coming out easier now that I have the ring out. Maybe it's just a technique thing. I was using poor technique to release these snaps. I don't know. You may notice I got a towel down. You want a towel or something to protect your nose piece. You don't want to scratch it or anything. So I would recommend putting something similar down on the ground. So don't do it on bare concrete. I'll get two to go here, except they're in odd spots. Come on, baby. One last one, and there you go. Okay. All right. Here's the factory grill. Managed to get it out without breaking anything, which is always nice. Here is my bare nose piece. Okay, there's my new TRD Pro grill. Looking very sporty from the front. I like having the Toyota spelled out like that as opposed to the logo on the back. You'll see the fittings. I'm looking at it. It's less snaps altogether than what I did with the two rings. So, because I know you don't put the ring back on with this, so I guess the snaps that were used for the ring just are not used with the new grill. So I think putting this in should be very easy. Of course, I've said that with many projects, and it doesn't turn out to be the case. This looks very easy. Oh, I didn't mention with the screws that I removed. 1, 2, 3. It's eight screws in total that you'll be pulling out. All right, so let's line this up. Yeah, I don't think you even put those screws back in. now that I look at this, because there's nothing to screw to on the inside of this. Interesting. Alright. Just line those snaps up. Definitely just been much easier than it came out. And that was super easy. Looks sharp, right? Like that. So now I'm just going to turn it over and just make sure that these are all engaged well. You don't want your grill popping out. Yeah, there's nothing to screw back into with the screws. So I don't remember them mentioning that you don't use the screws, you don't reuse the screws from the factory grill, but there's the TRD Pro grill, there's nothing underneath where the screw holes are, so it just snaps in. That looks pretty solid. Okay. All right, that's in there. So screws not reused. Interesting. So now let's put it back in the truck. Okay, so you see a bunch of slots here on the bottom. They correspond with a bunch of slots you have on the bottom of the grill. So they need to line up, obviously, when you put it back in. Here's the first one. Kind of hard to see, so I think you're just kind of doing it by feel. It's sort of impossible to see. Some tabs on the outside as well. Alright, let me make sure I have this aligned right. It's kind of important. Okay, I actually had to kind of like bend over like this so I could see the tabs underneath to make sure that they're all in, because I mean there's a bunch of them, a bunch of alignment tabs. You need to make sure that they're in correctly. If this doesn't easily get back to its mounting point with the screws lined up, then you don't have the bottom end right. You know, you should have a firm fit there and here. So just make absolutely sure, or be certain that you have those in correctly. All right, so we're just going to put the push pin back in. I think all you actually do is you pull the pin out, insert it, and then push it back in. Pull the pin out, insert it, push it back in, and then I'm just going to put my screws back in quickly. No need to torque these super tight, just a plastic housing that you're screwing into, so you don't want to over tighten it and strip that out. Alright, feels good. Okay, let's do a reveal. Okay, so you saw what it looks like before. Feel a little embarrassed that the truck's actually dirty right now, but anyways, you saw the before. Here is the after. That's definitely a big improvement. It just matches all the black accents around. Yeah, the truck is mostly black Nerf bars. You know, didn't really make sense to have such a big chromy grille with everything else being black. So I think that looks nice. I have seen online that you can actually get these letters to match your paint. So I could probably get these in the Inferno orange and stick them on there. I'm not really sure if I want to or not. I don't know. Think about that. But it looks good. I like it. So getting those snaps out was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Not hard, just I don't know. I think it was just technique more than anything. I was watching guys online that work at dealerships that do it all the time, so they struggled much less than I did. But the end result is it looks good. I like my upgrade. I like the grill. So if you're wondering what a TRD Pro grill looks like on your Tacoma, or you want to put one on yourself, hopefully this gave you an idea how to do it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it, and if you want more videos from my channel, subscribe. Help me out. Oh, I wanted to mention, if for some reason, if you are looking for a factory Tacoma mirror that comes in the TRD TRD Off-Road or TRD Sport, I have one here. It has the auto dim, has the compass built into it. I've upgraded my mirror, that's why I have this. Or if for some reason you're interested in the factory TRD Sport grill, maybe you have a base model Tacoma and you want to put something like this on it, it'll look good. It'll look different for sure. It'll look upgraded. But anyways, if you're interested in either of these parts, I'd be happy to sell them to you at a very reasonable price. So you can contact me through YouTube, leave a comment, or I'll put my email address in there as well, maybe. And just contact me through YouTube. I don't need my email address on more spam list than it already is. So yeah, looking to pick up some parts cheap? Let me know. Duff out.